I never expected my path to financial freedom to begin in the most unexpected way. A desperate late-night decision and a penchant for adventure. It was a Tuesday, around 3 a.m., and I was aimlessly flipping through TV channels, trying to combat my insomnia. My financial situation was dire. I was living paycheck to paycheck, buried under a mountain of student loans. I was stuck in a soul-crushing data entry job that barely covered my bills. I had no savings, and the future seemed bleak. That night, as I tried to find something to distract me, I stumbled upon an infomercial. The host, a man with an infectious smile and boundless enthusiasm, was talking about flipping flea market finds. The concept sounded absurd. How could anyone make serious money buying and selling junk? But something about his energy drew me in. Maybe it was my desperation or the late hour, but I found myself watching the entire infomercial. The next morning, I couldn't shake the idea. Armed with £50, all I could spare, and a hefty dose of skepticism, I decided to visit the local flea market that Saturday. My friends thought I was crazy, and honestly, I wasn't sure they were wrong. But as I wandered through the stalls, I felt a sense of excitement. This was uncharted territory, a small adventure that offered a glimmer of hope. My first purchase was a dusty, old lamp that I bought for £5. The seller claimed it was a vintage Tiffany lamp, but I had my doubts. At home, I cleaned it up and did some research. To my astonishment, it was an authentic Tiffany lamp, worth over £200. I listed it online and sold it within a week for £250. The profit was small but exhilarating. It was the first time I had ever made money outside of my job. The experience ignited a spark in me, one that had been dormant for too long. Every weekend thereafter, I became a regular at flea markets, yard sales, and thrift stores. Each item I bought had a story, and each sale felt like a small victory. My apartment soon turned into a mini warehouse, filled with items waiting to be cleaned, restored, and sold. I immersed myself in learning about antiques, collectibles, and refurbishing techniques. I became a student of the trade, devouring books, watching videos, and even taking a few online courses. The turning point came when I stumbled upon an old wooden chair. It was covered in layers of peeling paint and had a sagging seat, but something about its design caught my eye. I bought it for £20, brought it home, and started the laborious process of stripping the paint and reupholstering the seat. As I worked, I discovered intricate carvings beneath the layers of grime. After hours of restoration, I realized I had a rare mid-century modern piece. I sold it for £1,500. That sale was a revelation. It made me realize that this side hustle could be something more significant. Buoyed by my success, I made a bold decision. I quit my job. It was a huge risk, but I had faith in my newfound passion. With my full attention on the business, I started attending auctions and estate sales, where I could find higher value items. I launched an online store, which expanded my customer base globally. I spent my days hunting for treasures and my nights restoring them, often working until the early hours of the morning. Within 3 years, I had paid off my student loans, built a significant savings account, and even bought my first home outright, no mortgage. The freedom from financial stress was exhilarating. But I didn't stop there. I diversified my investments, putting money into stocks and real estate. I also started a blog and a YouTube channel to share my journey. Teaching others how to turn their trash into treasure brought me immense satisfaction and additional income through ads and sponsorships. It also built a community of like-minded individuals who were passionate about sustainable living and entrepreneurship. But the story doesn't end with financial success. With the financial stability I had achieved, I found the freedom to pursue my true passions. I had always been an adventurer at heart, yearning to explore the world but never having the means to do so. Now, I had both the time and the money. I began traveling, sourcing unique items from around the globe. Each trip was a new adventure, a blend of work and pleasure. I visited remote villages in Asia, bustling markets in Africa, and antique shops in Europe, always on the lookout for hidden treasures. One of my most memorable finds was in a small village in Japan. I was visiting a local market when I came across a beautifully crafted samurai sword. The seller was an elderly man who told me the sword had been in his family for generations. After some negotiation, I bought it for £200. Back home, I had it appraised and discovered it was an authentic Edo period katana worth over £10,000. Selling that sword was one of the highlights of my career. As my business grew, so did my desire to give back. I started a scholarship fund for students pursuing degrees in art and history, fields often overlooked but rich in cultural significance. I also began mentoring aspiring entrepreneurs, helping them navigate the challenges of starting their own businesses. Today, I look back on that sleepless night with a sense of gratitude and wonder. My insomnia-driven decision to watch a late-night infomercial set me on a path to a life of independence and adventure. I've achieved financial freedom, not just in the sense of wealth, but in the freedom to live my life on my own terms. I travel the world, meeting fascinating people and discovering new cultures, all while doing what I love. What started as a desperate attempt to make some extra cash has turned into a fulfilling career and a lifestyle that I had never imagined. I've learned that opportunities often come from the most unexpected places, and sometimes, taking a risk on something that seems absurd can lead to extraordinary outcomes. My journey to financial freedom has been anything but conventional, but it has been a testament to the power of passion, perseverance, and the willingness to take a chance. In the end, achieving financial freedom was not just about the money. It was about reclaiming my life, finding my purpose, and creating a future filled with endless possibilities. And it all began with a late-night TV infomercial and a £5 lamp. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment or share this video and subscribe to this channel about personal finance and investing.